is now. And welcome to the SVK Crypto Podcast. 15 minutes of crypto fame.
My name's Storry. I will be your host for the next 15 minutes. We're coming live from Shoreditch, so let's get down to business. Today's show, we have Glen Goodman, who is an influencer in the space and has been educating people via his Facebook page. He has one of the largest followings in the crypto space via his Facebook page, where he has been very active in educating the newbies into the space and bring them up to speed of what's going on in the space that is crypto. So I'm very glad to have Glen on the show today. This is an interview that took place actually at the Crypto Investor Show Saturday just gone. So let me know your thoughts. Let's jump into the interview. Perfect. So on today's show, we've got Glen Goodman. Glen, how's it going?
Very good. I'm really enjoying it here today.
Great. Do you want to give the listeners out there a quick background to yourself, Glen? Because I know you're an interesting character with many aspects and many stories. So do you want to kick it off?
My background is that I was a TV correspondent, a business correspondent for many years, but while I was doing that, I had a kind of sideline in financial trading. Like a lot of people do, I was buying and selling some shares, a little bit of that kind of thing, and it developed slowly. I started trading futures, like currencies, I was trading commodities, I was trading everything, and I was really loving it. And then basically the financial crash happened in 2008, and I did, you've probably heard of the film The Big Short.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Well,
very
I did
familiar.
The Little Short, which I later wrote an article for the Times about my Little Short. I could see what was happening, and I turned an investment of £3,000 into £100,000
Wow.
over the course of a few months through my trading.
Wow.
So obviously that was all pre-crypto. There's no crypto around, but of course it was that same crash that kind of sparked off the beginning of crypto.
Sure.
Now, of course, the 2008 crash wasn't just good to me, it also kicked off the whole crypto scene. As we know, Satoshi Nakamoto said that he mined the first Genesis block of Bitcoin after being inspired by the fall of the banks, and the idea being that he could then create a currency that wasn't so easily manipulated by central banks. In fact, he incorporated a coded message into that Genesis block. Basically, it was a quote from the Times newspaper in the UK saying that the Chancellor of the Exchequer had just done some more bailing out. Yep. So the things are clearly very closely related. After that happened, I started getting involved a few years down the line. I sadly can't claim I was into crypto right from the beginning, but as soon as I started seeing it becoming easily tradable, I started thinking, right, I'm going to get into Bitcoin. So I started trading Bitcoin relatively early on. I'm sad to say that I didn't fully appreciate the enormous success and opportunity that was before me. So I didn't just buy and hold it for a very, very long time, which would have been the sensible thing to do at that point. But nonetheless, even trading in and out of it like I was, I still made some pretty good money over the years, as probably anybody who was in that situation did. And when other cryptocurrencies came along and were also available to be traded, I started doing that as well. So I've not really been involved in the ICO scene. And that's kind of analogous to how, when trading stocks and shares, I don't really get involved in IPOs, which is the stocks and shares equivalent. Basically, when something first comes on the market, I don't want to take the gamble on whether it's going to be a big success or a complete failure.
Sure.
For me, that is, even if the technology behind it's really good, for me it's a bit too much of a gamble. I like the security of seeing something already being openly traded by lots and lots of different people, and seeing that it's got some strength and some confidence, some human confidence that underlies the price and keeps it above a certain level. And when I see that happening with any cryptocurrency, then I start to become interested and I might buy it. So basically the story for me is that over the last few years, I've made quite a lot of money trading cryptocurrencies, which is good. But then I started up a Facebook page, which is...
Yes, you're the most followed social trader out there at present in the financial space.
The most followed investing expert or crypto trader or whatever you want to call me. But basically, I just started a Facebook page. I started uploading videos that I was filming on a green screen of me kind of standing on the price chart, and jumping up and down and just kind of explaining how these things work to people who don't really necessarily have any kind of experience with trading at all. A lot of crypto traders, in fact probably most crypto traders, have just come into this cold. They weren't doing stocks and shares for years like I was,
Sure.
so they've got to learn it from scratch, and I'm teaching it to them for free for some reason from scratch.
Giving back.
Giving back to the people. And so yeah, I built up a lot of followers that way through these videos,
Yeah.
and now to bring us bang up to date, I've just signed a publishing deal to write the first proper published hardback book about how to trade cryptocurrencies.
Congratulations.
Thank you very
When's
much.
it going to be out?
When I finish writing it.
It's still in progress.
It was it's a deal for, I told them what I wanted to do, and I'd done a bit of it, and they were like, yeah, go on, here's your deal. Now get on with it. So yeah, I've still got most of the work to actually do. But I know what's going to be in it. It's just going to be, well, what it says on the tin. It will probably be called something like How to Trade Cryptocurrencies.
How to trade
just like,
crypto.
here's how to do it and make money doing it. Because there are so many beginners' mistakes that I made when I was young and that other people are going to make now. And
Yeah.
these mistakes can be avoided if you just have somebody like me telling you what those mistakes are and how to avoid them. So that's my aim. That's my aim.
Awesome. And what excites you most about the space? Because you've seen it grow personally with your own brand out there online. What excites you most? I mean, what's kind of next as well? So what excites you? What gets you up in the morning? And what's next for your own brand? Where do you see yourself going?
I think what excites me most at the moment is the knowledge that things are going pretty much according to how I thought they would so
Right.
far. As in, there was a massive crypto boom last year. You probably noticed.
I heard about that.
Yeah, it was mentioned once or twice.
Yeah, mention once or twice, yeah.
And I've seen these booms before, even in my short life. I started trading during the dot-com boom, and the analogy is just impossible to ignore. The two situations are so similar in so many different ways. But I didn't see what happened last year as the beginning and end of the dot-com boom/crash. I saw what happened last year as a kind of middle phase. That's the way I thought about it at the time. It felt to me very much like 1997, 98.
97,
Now
98.
your boss, Shane,
93, 94.
he thinks 93, 94.
He does, yeah.
I think more 97, 98, and the reason is because in 97, 98, Amazon became a massively heavily traded stock on NASDAQ, I think it was back then, NASDAQ exchange, and it basically went wild. It rose by
Right.
hundreds and hundreds of percent, just like we saw happening with Bitcoin. And likewise, people didn't know much about the internet at that time. They were just like, we don't know if this internet thing's really going to take off in a big way. It's just for people to like write stupid things on and to search for pornography. It's not like a proper thing. It's not going to change the world. You know, there were major economists, like some of the most respected economists in the world, as late as 1997, were saying, we don't think this internet thing's got
A
much of
bubble, a
future.
fad, a phase.
A fad,
Yeah.
they said. Where have you heard that recently?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Blockchain, with cryptocurrencies. So likewise, with Amazon in 1998, with Bitcoin in 2017, it's the only name that people have heard of, right?
It's the brand.
It's the brand.
It's the
exactly.
brand.
Most people still haven't heard of cryptocurrencies. They don't even know what one is. They might have heard the word once or twice, but most people don't have a clue what the thing actually is.
Yeah.
They just know Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Just like in 1997, the internet was Amazon. You can buy some books on this internet thing. And that's pretty much all they knew. Well, they'll probably have heard of Netscape as well, the browser, which, as we know, went on to
Yeah.
great things.
Great success.
So basically, if we use that analogy and bring that forward to now, I would say, yeah, we've just gone through that stage where the Amazon equivalent, Bitcoin,
Yeah.
has been hugely popular,
Yeah.
and then it has a massive crash, which is what happened to Amazon
Yeah.
in 1998. It had a massive boom and it had a massive crash. And then over the following 2 years, that's when the dot-com boom really took off, and the dot-com bubble as it became, and
Yeah.
so many more companies
Yeah.
became well known,
Yeah.
and so many of them were being bought into, and most of them came to nothing and
Yeah.
and crashed and never were seen again.
Crashed
But
and burned.
But some of them became the household names that we know today. And I think That's why I'm excited, because I think that's the phase that we're looking at over the next couple of years as the Bitcoin price starts to recover again, which at the time of this recording, it hasn't yet. It needs to play out this fall for however long it takes. I hope that will be weeks or months, but I do accept the possibility that it could be as long as a year or two, as it was.
So you're in it for the long run?
I'm in it for the long run. There's going to be a much bigger boom than the one that we've just seen, and this one will encompass many, many more cryptocurrencies that become household names, not just Bitcoin.
Yeah, I agree. And what's next for your brand? So you've got the Facebook page that's up there. What's next? What's the next step? You mentioned the book. Is there any other plans in the pipeline, or are you a bit tied up for now?
I'm going to be I'll be pretty busy doing the book. I'm going to be pretty busy going to lots of conferences like this and speaking and chairing panels and all the rest of it, because I seem to be, at least for the time being, one of the few people who can connect the layman, people who don't really know much at all about it, with the kind of tech side of things.
Sure.
I'm somewhere in the middle of those two. I understand enough of the tech to ask the right questions.
Explain that.
Yeah.
Reiterate it, I guess.
Even though I'm not from the tech side of things originally, I'm more from the financial side of things. But what else? What else am I going to be doing? I am going to be dedicating myself to my followers, to my Facebook followers.
Religiously.
The idea is that so far, most of my videos have been mainly about Bitcoin.
Right.
Because, frankly, that's A, what people wanted to hear about.
Sure.
And B, it's what people understood or understood enough to kind of know what I was talking about when I was talking about the buying and selling of it.
Right.
Some people would come to me to ask about other cryptocurrencies, Ethereum, and Litecoin and Ripple in particular towards the end of last year. So there was some interest in those, definitely, and I started talking more about those. But the big explosion of lots and lots of cryptocurrencies, as I say, is yet to come. But I'm going to help pull my followers along that path, and hopefully do my little bit to help pull the world along that path, to popularize the idea that it's not just a few cryptocurrencies. There are so many really worthwhile companies out there, and crucially also, I spend a lot of my time steering people away from scams, of which there are so many.
That's true. There's a lot of scams out there. Well, Glenn, thank you so much for making it onto the show today. We wish you the best, and we look forward to seeing your content online.
Good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do the outro real quick, the thank you for coming.
Sure. Thank you for coming on.
Shall I say something after?
No, just what you just did.
Just nod and...
No, exactly what you said.
Smile and wave.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on the show today, Glenn. We really appreciate it, and we look forward to having you on soon.
No problem.
I want to say a big thanks to Glenn for making it on the show today. We really appreciate it. We know you're a busy individual. Also, if you're interested to learn from the man himself on the crypto space, especially Bitcoin, Glenn is extremely knowledgeable, so definitely check out his Facebook page. The links will be in the description below. Remember, as always, to stay on top of upcoming interviews, to stay on top of upcoming announcements, go to our Twitter page. Give us a follow at SVK_crypto, and remember to join our ever-growing crypto community on Telegram. That's right, we're on Telegram. We're out there. The best way to join is by typing in SVK Crowd, one word. On the Telegram, you're going to be receiving lots of different ICOs, the community's opinion on each one. So if you're an individual that's interested in ICOs and all things crypto, feel free to join and join in the discussion. That's a wrap. I got to bounce. Have a phenomenal evening, and we'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to an SVK Crypto podcast original. Follow us on Twitter at SVK_crypto. Email us on cstorry@svkcrypto.com. Leave us a message on our website, www.svkcrypto.com.